Opening a 3080 Founders Edition GPU seems extremely difficult, but actually it is really simple when the right tools are used. All we need is a tape of any kind, then we need a Torx 5, 6 and 9, a Phillips screwdriver and any plastic tool, like this one. So we can lift up some parts on this side and also underneath the front plate. The way to do this is very simple. We are going to remove the side plate, then we are going to remove the 4 magnetic tips that are on these 4 corners, which each will reveal Torx 5 screws. Then we are going to remove this part as well, which will reveal 1, 2, 3 and 4 screws that we will remove with a Phillips screwdriver instead. After that, we will be able to remove the front plate and disconnect both fans, revealing finally the rest of the card. To remove the 4 magnetic tips, just take some tape and stick it in this way. Then apply a little bit of pressure and peel it off to remove the tip. Finally, repeat the process for the remaining tips. Inside this part here, we need to use a plastic tool to lift up the metal bracket. When you manage to lift the metal bracket, carefully do the same here as well, until you fully remove it. Finally, when you're done, we can remove the 4 screws here and the 4 screws on this side as well. To remove this plate, I'm going to turn the card in this way, so it would be much easier for me and for you. Usually this is a really simple step, just apply a bit of leverage and we go. Here we have some stock thermal pads that in this case I won't change. Interesting. They look pretty new. So this is a second-hand GPU, so I'm not sure for how long the previous owner really used it, but just looking at the fans, I think not a lot, unless they cleaned them. It also came with an original invoice, so I know already that I overpaid for it, but I don't care. And regarding this plate, one more thing to say is about the little rubber rings on each side. Don't lose them. You won't find a replacement and it will be a bit difficult to reassemble a GPU without them. Here there are a few things to keep in mind. First of all, this is in the middle, is a tension plate. To remove those screws, we need a Torx 6. And I'm going to remove them with a cross method. It means that we start with one of them at random, let's say this one in the bottom corner, and I will undo it just a tiny bit, then I'm going to do the opposite one just a tiny bit as well, and I'm going to jump on this one, undo it a little bit and jump on the opposite one. And I'm going to do this little bit by little bit in a way that there is not too much tension on just one side, but instead I spread the pressure between the 4 corners in almost the same way, so the tension won't break anything awfully. After that, I'm going to remove the side plate, and for the 4 screws we need a Torx 9. After this step is done, we can proceed with the rest. Take your Torx 6 and start undoing all the screws until the plate is free to move. When you do this, take extra time and please do not rush it, because you may increase your chance to forever damage nearby components. After removing the tension plate, switch to a Torx 9 and remove the side plate. Very simple. For the final step, we need to disconnect some connectors. Few of them are very easy to work with, but the third one here is really tricky to disconnect. This one and this one, that have a little plastic bridge you need to lift up. It can be done with your fingers as well, or with any plastic tool. Once the bridge is up, you can undo the ribbon connector and easily free it. On the other side, this one is one of the easiest as well. You just need to pull this metal bracket towards you, and once it is done, slowly, with a lot of care, just pull up the connector and done. For the third connector, which is this one, just do what we did for the first ribbon connector. This will be the most difficult one to remove because the space is very little, but with a bit of time you will do just fine. The last connector is finally disconnected, so now we can remove the board as well. When you do this, make sure that all the connectors are a bit far away, so when you lift the board up, it won't break anything. Keep in mind that at this stage, the thermal compound and the thermal pads just underneath will make it very difficult for you to remove the board easily. Take your time, apply a bit of leverage, and done. Here you have the beautiful 3080 Founders Edition finally naked. Thermal compound applied well, but really dry, so I will change it. The stock thermal pads are new, but usually they are not great on the VRAMs. So I will change the set of thermal pads from the VRAMs for some better ones, and I will leave the rest as it is. To reassemble the GPU, just follow all the steps from this video in the reverse way and you're done. I really hope you found this video very helpful, especially if you've never done this before. But if you did, what are your results? Please let us know in the comment section below, so we can help others like you as well. If in some way you enjoyed this video and you want to support the channel, please drop a like and consider to subscribe. It's free and you can always change your mind later, right? Thanks for watching guys, see you in the next video.